What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Well, in today's video, I'm actually going to kind of tell you about some trouble I'm having. As you can see, I'm at a gas station. I'm not really broke down, but I'm on the verge. It's one of those where I went on a group ride with the Bouts organization. They were raising money for autism today, and you know, the last video I went on the bike night. Well, it's the following day, and like I said, I didn't really want to film the ride, but I kind of starting to have some trouble. We got about halfway through the ride and stopped, and Corey noticed, or Saddle Tramp noticed, that my clutch lever was real loose, and when he took the cover off of it, the actual clutch bearing is moving around a lot. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, so on your clutch, it's supposed to start engaging like right there. And you can see how much slack I have in the clutch lever. And so it doesn't actually start engaging till right there. So that's all the clutch I have. And like I said, when we took this cover off right here, the adjuster for your clutch was sitting there moving up and down. Let me crank it up and see if you can hear the noise that I'm having. Alright, so it's not really one of those where the noise is actually picking up. So I'm gonna get on the bike and try to head on back to the house. I got about a little over 100 miles, but once I get on the interstate, I'm gonna be okay. But let me kind of show you what I'm having to do just to get on the interstate. Alright, so it's running, and you see I got the clutch pulled in, yet it's still going. So I have, you know, no clutch whatsoever, and so thankfully nobody's coming. So like I said, once I get going, I'm fine. It's just the stop and go, and that's one reason why I didn't want to film anything when we first got done with the group ride, is because I was going through, you know, Vicksburg, about, I don't know, 2 miles of Vicksburg with the traffic and red lights and stuff like that, and I just kind of didn't want to, you know, have to keep stopping and starting on the camera, because, you know, like right then, I had to kind of pound it to go back into first so I could get going. But once I get going, you know, I'm kind of, I guess you could say I'm kind of speed shifting, because the clutch really isn't doing much of anything. So hopefully I can make it home without any problem, especially now that I got full gas and I shouldn't have to actually stop until I get to Meridian. So I should be okay. We'll see if we can make it home. Alright, so as you can see, I was able to make it home without any problems. Luckily, you know, like I was saying, once I got on the interstate, I don't really have to go through any red lights or stop signs. So besides having to slow down a little bit, I was able to get through, you know, to the house without any problem, because like I said, there's no stop signs or red lights I have to deal with. But I was going to kind of show you what we were talking about as far as the clutch bearing. So let me show you that. Alright, so behind your cover right here is where you go in to adjust your clutch. So let me get these 4 bolts off and I'll show you, you know, what it looks like behind it. Alright, so I'm not really worried about the fluid that's coming out because, you know, I've got to take all this off. And so losing this fluid is not going to hurt anything. Alright, so it's a little warm because I just got done riding. So this right here is what keeps your actual adjustment screw from moving. And you see it's locked in place like it's supposed to be. And so if I take that off, look how much this is moving around. Whew. And you can kind of hear. Yeah, so it's not supposed to be that loose, and you can hear the grinding. So what I'm going to have to do, like I said, is I'm going to take the whole primary cover off and kind of get in there and see what's going on. So yeah, that's kind of all I got for, you know, this video right here. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to let everybody know that, you know, yes, I did make it home from the bike night, but I did have some casualties. And, you know, I got a video forthcoming of putting a new clutch bearing and maybe even clutches on there. I don't know. You know, like I said, I've never actually had the primary cover off, so I don't really know what I'm going to find in there as far as other things that may be worn out and needs to be replaced. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. And y'all let me know what you thought about this video. Y'all let me know if y'all would have attempted to drive 120 miles if you knew that your clutch was out. You know, am I crazy, or am I just kind of lucky that I was able to make it home? And, you know, like I said, if I had a lot of stops as far as red lights and stuff like that, I probably would have second guessed myself. But because I knew once I got on the interstate and got here close to the house, I wasn't going to have any problems with red lights and stop signs and stuff like that. But until the next video, always take the single route, and I'll see y'all then.